Have you ever wondered how a seemingly innocent doll became one of the most terrifying icons in modern horror? Today, we're diving deep into the chilling timeline of the Annabelle movie series. So, grab your holy water, turn on the lights, and let's unravel the twisted story of this demonic doll. Our journey begins not with the first film released, but with the second in the series, Annabelle: Creation. This 2017 prequel takes us back to the 1940s and introduces us to Samuel and Esther Mullins, a doll maker and his wife. They live a happy life with their young daughter, Bee, until a tragic accident takes her life. 12 years later, consumed by grief, the Mullinses open their home to Sister Charlotte and a group of girls from a closing orphanage. Among them is Janice, a young girl polio has left with a leg brace. Janice is naturally curious, and one night she discovers a locked room. Drawn by a mysterious force, she finds a key and opens it, unleashing the evil that Samuel had desperately tried to contain. Inside, she finds the now infamous porcelain doll. What the Mullinses had done in their desperation to see their daughter again was make a pact with a dark entity. They believed they were communing with Bee's spirit, allowing it to inhabit the doll. But they were deceived. It wasn't their daughter. It was a powerful demon seeking a human host. This demon terrorizes Janice, preying on her vulnerability. After a series of horrifying events, the demon successfully possesses her. She viciously attacks and kills the Mullinses before escaping the house. The possessed Janice, now free, makes her way to another orphanage and gets adopted by the Higgins family, who give her a new name, Annabelle. Yes, the possessed girl is named Annabelle, not the doll. This is a crucial detail. The doll is just a conduit, a vessel for the evil. Now, let's jump forward 12 years to the start of the first film, simply titled Annabelle, which was released in 2014. We meet a new couple, John and Mia Form, who are expecting their first child. John gifts Mia a rare vintage doll she's been searching for. You guessed it, the very same porcelain doll. That night, their home is invaded by two satanic cult members. One of them's the adult, possessed Annabelle Higgins, who, before taking her own life, drips her blood onto the doll, transferring the demonic entity back into it. From this point on, John and Mia's lives become a living nightmare. Unexplained phenomena plague their home. A sewing machine turns on by itself, strange drawings appear, and the doll seems to move on its own, always showing up in the most unsettling places. The activity escalates after their baby, Leah, is born. The demon now has a new target. It wants a soul, and it set its sights on the innocent baby. Desperate, Mia seeks help from a bookstore owner named Evelyn and the priest, Father Perez. They learn that the demon wants to claim a soul willingly offered. In a harrowing climax, the demon torments Mia, pushing her to the brink. To save her daughter, Mia prepares to sacrifice herself by jumping out the window. Just as she's about to leap, John and Evelyn arrive. Evelyn, haunted by her own past tragedy, where she felt responsible for her daughter's death, decides to make the ultimate sacrifice. She takes the doll and jumps from the window instead, offering her soul to save Mia and her family. The police arrive to find Evelyn's body, but the doll has mysteriously vanished. The film ends with a shot of the doll sitting in an antique shop, where a woman buys it as a gift for her daughter, a nursing student named Debbie. This brings us to the events that inspired the entire franchise, which are depicted at the beginning of The Conjuring. In 1970, two nursing students, Debbie and Camilla, are being terrorized by their Raggedy Ann doll. Yes, in real life, it was a Raggedy Ann doll, not porcelain. They initially believe it's possessed by the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins. They contact paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens quickly realize this is no child spirit. They explain that spirits don't possess objects, but inhuman spirits, demons, can attach themselves to objects to manipulate and eventually possess people. The doll is a conduit for a demon trying to latch onto the nurses. The Warrens perform a blessing on the apartment and take the doll with them for safekeeping, locking it away in their occult museum. Which leads us to our final film, Annabelle Comes Home, released in 2019. This movie takes place just 1 year after the Warrens acquire the doll. Ed and Lorraine have to leave for a night to investigate another case, leaving their 10-year-old daughter, Judy, in the care of a teenage babysitter, Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen's friend, Daniela, who is grieving the recent loss of her father, decides to crash the party. Fascinated by the Warrens' work and desperate to contact her dad, Daniela ignores all the warnings and sneaks into the locked artifacts room. She touches everything, searching for a way to communicate with the other side. In her search, she unknowingly unlocks the glass case holding the Annabelle doll. Big mistake. Annabelle is more than just a doll. She's a beacon for other spirits. By releasing her, Daniela unleashes all the other evil entities contained in the room. The house descends into chaos. Judy, who has inherited some of her mother's clairvoyance, Mary Ellen, and Daniela are tormented by a host of terrifying spirits. The ferryman, who collects souls with coins over their eyes. The bride, a cursed wedding dress that drives its wearer to murder, and a hellhound, among others. The Annabelle doll acts as the malevolent conductor of this supernatural orchestra. The three girls must survive the night, fighting off these spirits and trying to get Annabelle back in her box. Using their wits and the knowledge from the Warrens' case files, they manage to trap the demon. Judy, using a recording of an exorcism performed by her father, is able to weaken the spirits long enough for them to force Annabelle back into her sacred glass case. The dawn breaks and the nightmare is over. When the Warrens return, they find the girls safe, though traumatized. Daniela apologizes, and Lorraine offers her comfort, even helping her connect with her father's spirit in a positive, reassuring way. So to recap the timeline, it all starts with Annabelle, creation in the 40s and 50s, showing the doll's origin and the possession of Annabelle Higgins. Then we have Annabelle, taking place 12 years later in the late 60s, where the demon is transferred back to the doll and terrorizes the Form family. This leads directly into the opening of The Conjuring, where the Warrens take possession of the doll in 1970. And finally, Annabelle Comes Home shows us the chaos that ensues when the doll is let out of its case in the Warrens' own home in 1971. It's a terrifying saga of how one seemingly harmless object can become a magnet for pure evil, a conduit used by a demon to wreak havoc and seek out human souls. The Annabelle series shows us that the scariest monsters aren't always the ones that look monstrous, but the ones that hide in plain sight. What started as a doll maker's grief-stricken creation became a legendary artifact of horror. Thanks for joining me on this terrifying deep dive. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. Let me know in the comments which horror movie or franchise you want me to break down next. Stay safe out there.